come and pay her tribute to Dr Maponya, a leading business woman in her own right, a family friend, a protege, Miss Wendy Luhabe.
President Ramaphosa and Mrs. Ramaphosa, distinguished excellencies, good morning, South Africa. Our deepest condolences to the Maponya family. We share your loss of a father, grandfather, great-grandfather, a husband, a person who was not just a shepherd for his family, but a shepherd for many, whose life was a ministry to our nation. I'm grateful to have received a message from him a few days before his passing, from Mandla Sibeko, his grandson-in-law. Death is both a loss and a gift to those who remain living, because it gives us an opportunity to examine our own lives, to get our house in order, to mend our relationships, to be reconciled to one another, and most importantly, to be reconciled to God, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. It was not an accident that at the dawn of our democracy, we planted seeds of reconciliation to heal our divided past and to build bridges. Perhaps we need to cultivate these seeds again in order to reinforce our foundation. The news of Dr. Maponya's passing reminded me of one of my favorite poets and writer, Donna Makova, because it captures how Papa lived his life and the impact he made on both old and young. The poem is called, "I Will Not Die an Unlived Life." I will not live in fear of falling or catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days, to allow my living to open me, to make me less afraid, more accessible, to loosen my heart until it becomes a wing, a torch, a promise. I choose to risk my significance to live, so that which came to me as seed goes to the next as blossom, and that which came to me as blossom goes on as fruit. I love this poem because it is like a candle that my soul holds out to me, requesting that I find a way to remember what it is to live a life with generosity of heart and spirit, and to use our life for a useful purpose. When we have the courage to shape our life from the essence of who we are, the way that Dr. Maponya did, we ignite and become truly alive. I share this poem because it reflects how Dr. Maponya lived his life. He generously imparted his wisdom with young and old throughout his life. He encouraged many young people, young women in particular, who aspired to become entrepreneurs. I know of a story of a 19-year-old who wrote to him 10 years ago when he was 89 years old, requesting a meeting with him. She tells me that where most people would have asked their office to arrange the meeting, he called her to schedule the meeting, and how honored she felt. When she arrived for the meeting, she assumed that at most the meeting will be an hour. The meeting lasted 3 hours. Dr. Maponya was generous with his time, with his resources, with his words of encouragement, and he was deeply invested in empowering his community and many generations of young people. Many came to him as seed and went on as blossom. And those who came to him as blossom went on as fruit, as Donna's poem recites in exquisite beauty and elegance. Passing and paying our final respects to Dr Maponya would not be complete without remembering Ma Marina, for whom I had the greatest admiration. The two of them made a formidable pair that revolutionized and transformed how women, in particular, and Black people participated in the economy. When I wrote Defining Moments, I dedicated the book to her to honor her for allowing my generation of women to stand upon her shoulders. Most of us are a product of our circumstances. The Maponyas created a moral ecology that transcended circumstances. They created a way of being that was more dignified than what their circumstances intended. My fondest memory and my first interaction with the family was in the late 80s when I was involved in planning the launch of their BMW dealership in Soweto after John Langa passed away. This began a friendship that developed over 30 years. Let me conclude by sharing the rich legacy that Dr Maponya leaves behind for our nation. Firstly, his humility, his generosity of heart and spirit, his empathy for others deserves emulation by all of us. Secondly, his confidence in women, his support for women to be at the helm of business is legendary. We saw it first with Ma Marina and now with Chichi. Thirdly, his legacy extends beyond building a successful business empire. It is the values, the principles, the wisdom and the knowledge that he has imparted to many that stands out for me, and that which will transform the lives of many generations to come. Fourthly, he believed strongly that determination, discipline, and success are vital to his entrepreneurial success. Lastly, something that we shared is the fact that life presents us with challenges on a daily basis, but we cannot use these challenges as an excuse to hold us back, to steal our dreams, and to stifle our aspirations as individuals or even as nations. We are responsible for our own life, and what we do with it is entirely up to us. What we do with our nation is entirely up to each one of us that are sitting here and those that are watching. So as we celebrate Dr. Maponya's illustrious business life today and pay tribute to a remarkable trailblazer who was blessed with health and a productive life until the age of 99, South Africa has been enriched and blessed by his enormous contribution. His life is a reminder that hard work, discipline, honor, purpose, courage, initiative, and integrity have no substitutes for those who do not want to die an unlived life, for those who want to live a life that serves a purpose. Thank you for the honor to pay a tribute to Dr. Maponya. Hamba kahle qhawe, ulufezile uqatso. Robala habotsi tlou, mohale wabahale, tima ya hao uifeditse. May God bless our nation and our leaders. Thank you.